This is the Accuspray 3M paint gun system. Today we're going to talk about what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and what you can expect if you decide to purchase this system. And then later on, we'll demo it by painting and clearing an Acura hood. Let's get started. Okay, so let's take a look at what you get with this system. You don't get all these cups and lids. I ordered those separately, but you do get like 6 cups, like 6 lids, 1 housing, and then the like 6 liners. So you get enough to do a few paint jobs, but they are disposable, so you do need to replace those. The tips are disposable on these. They will last, what I'm hearing is like 4 or 5 paint jobs, just depending. We'll have to see. But what I like about this system is the ease of use and how easy it is to change the tips. So you get 5 different tips. You get a 1.3, a 1.4, a 2.0, a 1.8, and a 1.2. So the 1.2 should have a little bit better atomization. Typically I use 1.3 for pretty much my base coat and my clear coat, but it's nice to have the 1.8 for primers, and that is why I purchased this gun, is to really use it for primer. But I wanted to see how it would spray base coat and clear coat, and I did spray 1 job with it and it turned out pretty nice. I think I could tweak it a little bit. I did use the 1.4 tip, which I really should have used the 1.3. That was an accident. I do really like how easy this gun is to use, to change out the tips, to clean. If you have to clean a tip, all you do is you take it off. So here's how you attach the clip. It has these 2 prongs on the side. You press those in and you take it off, but it just snaps into place. You hear it click. So now it's locked in. Then you spray. Once you're done spraying, all you have to do is press in these 2 tabs. It releases it and you pull it off. And then when you're cleaning the gun, all you really have to do is clean this tip. So you just run some thinner through there, you wipe out the inside, run some thinner through it, and it's all clean. And then you dispose of the cup, the liner, and the lid. And let me show you these liners and lids. So this is your measuring cup here. It has all the measurements on it that you probably need. Your liner. And then on this lid, you have a screen for trash or anything that it could catch. So you have a clean paint job. And all you do is you just snap this on and twist it. And now you're locked in. You take your gun here with a tip on it. Let's say we're going to use a 1.3. We're going to do some base coat. Lock it in. Turn this upside down. You put it, make sure it goes on there kind of straight, and then you just twist it, and then it's in. So see, it locks in as you twist it, and now you're ready to spray. It is a very lightweight gun made out of composite plastic. As far as the durability, I don't know, we'll have to see, but I'm going to put it to the test today. We're going to demo it, show you how it sprays, and we'll check out the fan pattern, so stay tuned for that. It does say it uses 13 CFMs at 20 PSI. It's supposed to have, it has a pretty wide spray pattern. I'll show you that here in a minute. But let's get to the car and we'll spray this. We're going to spray a hood on this Acura, and I'm going to show you how this sprays and performs. Okay, so we're going to start with the 1.3 tip for the base, and we're going to use it for the clear. I've got it on here. I've got it cleaned. I've got some black paint mixed up. This is just a demo hood, so I'm not really too concerned about the preparation and all that. There is some bare metal showing through the paint, or the old paint on the hood. I'm not concerned with it. I'm just going to put some base on it, and then we're going to show you how we go about clearing it and how this gun performs. That is the main thing. We are going to use the Roberlo clear. So let's go ahead and spray the base on and see how this gun sprays. Okay, so before we spray, let's test out this spray pattern on this gun. I'm going to stay probably, this is about 6 inches away. Not too bad, but it seemed like it was larger when I first used it. Okay, so this is Roberlo's anti-static product. It's designed to go over plastic bumpers. They call it a plastic degreaser, but it also will remove static from panels, metal panels as well. So what you do is you wipe it on and then wipe it off. You don't want to continue rubbing on the panel to wipe it off because that is going to create static. So you wipe it on and then you wipe it off. We're going to do this now and get this ready to put our base on. Okay, so now we're going to test out this Accuspray 3M gun. I'm overlapping 60 to 70% on my passes. The spray pattern at this point does not seem very wide. It doesn't seem as wide as the first time I used this gun. It seemed to be much wider, and I did in my last video I kind of did a test spray on it, and it was wider than I anticipated, and it actually got on the door a little bit. But it's spraying fine. It doesn't seem like it's atomizing as well as a traditional gun. So that was a little bit disheartening there, but it laid down fine, and after it dried, it was flat and it was smooth. So that's the most important thing. I'm going ahead. I think this is might be my second pass I'm showing you here, and then we're going to clean this gun and get it ready for clear coat. Okay, so this is the clear we're going to use today. This is the R1 clear. It's made by a division of Roberlo. This is a medium solids clear. I believe this is their budget line of clears. I'm not exactly sure what the price is because I bought this in a package with primer, but I'm going to leave a number to a jobber in the description where you can get this clear, and they ship all over the US. Okay, so we're going to mix up the Roberlo clear, the R1 clear, 4-to-1 here. And then we're going to go up to the 6 on the 1. That's 4-to-1. It's actually a little under 6, so we'll go a little under 6 on this. We'll see how this clear sprays, and we'll see how this 3M gun sprays. This in, make sure this is locked in to these tabs so you don't spill it all over yourself. Okay, so now we're going to lay down some clear coat. I'm spraying at 24 psi. I did notice on the tips of these guns it says to not exceed 24 psi. So that's what I'm doing. And I am spraying at 3.5 turns out on the volume. That turned out to just be a little bit too much material. It's going on nicely. The only thing, it's not atomizing it quite as well, and I had too much product coming out of the gun. So I backed it down to 2.5 turns out on the volume, and that seemed to be perfect. So normally how I spray clear is I lay it on the panel the way I want it to look. So if I want it to look flat, I lay it on flat. I'm evaluating the clear as it is hitting the panel and making sure it's flat. With this gun, it doesn't atomize quite like a traditional gun, so I wasn't able to do that. So I needed to make sure, just know that it's going to flow out at some point. So because it didn't atomize it quite like a traditional gun, I had to realize that it's just going to flow out eventually. So I think right here is where I'm adjusting the volume down to 2.5 turns out, which made a big difference in the way the clear landed on the panel. Now, this is, I just wanted to mention that this is not the latest version of the 3M gun. They have a 3M performance gun out, which is the newer gun. This is the middle of the road gun. This is the second rendition. They had a first one, and then this is the second one. I'll leave a part number in the description. I'll leave a link in the description to this gun. Supposedly the performance is supposed to be a really good gun, but it's also over double the price. This gun runs $200 when the new gun, the performance gun, is between like $450 and $500, I believe. So it's a budget-friendly gun, and there is a place for it. So my overall thoughts on this gun, at $200, it is a very good value for the money. With the versatility, the ease of use, I do really appreciate those types of things. I wish it atomized just a little bit better, but it's definitely usable. It's definitely usable for base coat and clear coat. And I have not yet tried it on primer, but I'm excited to try it with primer with the new, a different tip, like a 1.8 or something of that nature. So would I recommend this gun over a traditional gun? I think it has its place, but to be honest with you, I'd probably go with a traditional gun if I had a vehicle that I really wanted to do a nice job on, and I wasn't, like, if I was painting a hood, fenders, and blending a whole front end, I probably would use a traditional gun. Now, I need to play with this gun just a little bit more to maybe dial it in so I have a good system of use for it. I think I would go with the traditional gun at this point. I do really like the versatility of this gun and how it's so easy to clean, and part of that is the PPS system, which I am switching all of my guns over to the PPS system because it just is so easy to use, and it makes it clean up a lot easier. So here I am putting the flow coat on, the final coat of clear on this, and I'm laying it on heavy, trying to flow it out nice and smooth. And I do have to say that this R1 clear performed really well. It flowed out very nice. I do have to cut and buff it. So the other part of clear that's concerning to me is I want to know how it cures and how it cuts and buffs. Those are important aspects of clear coat for me, along with the durability, but the durability is hard to determine when you're, painting something and it's going off to the customer. I will definitely be using this R1 clear in the future, testing it out with a traditional gun, so stay tuned for that. And I'm hoping to try out some of their higher end clears. I have a Chevy truck project. I really want to use one of their high-end clears on that project. So stay tuned for that. Click on these videos now to check out 2 great budget guns. And if you want to build your skill and increase your knowledge, start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.